Hey everybody, it's Christina Holloway here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to tackle something every leader needs, a solid strategic plan. Whether you're leading a team or a department, a good strategy isn't just about having big ideas, it's about having the tools to make those ideas real. So today, I'm walking you through some essential tools and resources that will help you build a strategic plan that works without the guesswork. By the end of this video, you'll have a toolkit of resources and know how to build a plan that not only gets results, but also keeps your team aligned and on track. I'll also share some personal tips on what's worked for me and where you can avoid some common pitfalls. Also, this year, I'm sharing 12 leadership metrics that will help you succeed in your career. This is pretty much a full framework for how to develop your skills to build your career. This month, we're talking about being strategic. You can catch up on all the videos in the playlists on my YouTube channel. Everything is linked below in the description. Make sure to check it out. And make sure to download my free and updated communication toolkit that includes over 100 resources on how to elevate your professional presence. I'm very excited about it and I hope you find it valuable. Real quick, if you enjoy this content and want to learn more about how to make power moves in your career, make sure to follow my channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video from me. All right, so let's get started. Number one, start with your vision and mission. All right, first things first, before you can dive into the details, you need a clear vision and mission for yourself. This might sound odd, but you'd be surprised how many leaders actually have identified their own vision and mission for the success of their teams. So let's break it down. Your vision is the long-term goal you're aiming for, and your mission is how you plan to get there. You know, it's like setting your destination on a road trip and mapping out the fastest route. Without that clear direction, you'll end up making wrong turns along the way. Make sure your vision is big enough to inspire, but specific enough to be actionable. And your mission? Keep it simple. It should be clear enough for everyone on your team to understand how they contribute to the bigger picture. This is about taking the company strategy and making it real for the people around you. In other words, don't let your mission sound like one of those impossible to follow assembly instructions. You want everyone on the same page. Number two, use environmental scanning tools. So scanning the environment. No, I don't mean sitting outside with binoculars. I'm talking about understanding the landscape where you work. You need to know what's happening in your industry, who your competitors are, and what external factors could impact your strategy. Tools like a SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, or pest analysis, political, economic, social, technological, are great for this. Think of these tools as your early warning system. They help you see what's coming before it hits you. Is there a new technology on the horizon that could shake up your industry? Are there regulations that could change the way you operate? I once worked with a company that failed to do an environmental scan before launching a new product. What they didn't realize was that a new competitor had entered the market with similar features, but at a lower price point. By the time they adjusted their strategy, the competitor had already grabbed up a chunk of the market share. Ask yourself, what's happening in my industry that I need to know about? Are there any threats or opportunities I'm not seeing? And how can I use these insights to shape my strategic plan? It could be anything. And if you're not client facing, keeping tabs on external factors helps you stay informed so that when you are asked to contribute, you're ready with some great insights. Number three, map out scenarios. Now, let's get into some real planning. One of the best ways to build a rock solid strategy is by mapping out different scenarios. Scenario planning isn't just about imagining the worst case scenario. It's about being ready for any outcome. What if things go better than expected? What if there's an unexpected roadblock? By preparing for different futures, you can pivot quickly and keep your team on track. Use tools like scenario maps or even simple what if exercises. It's like having a backup plan, but for every part of your strategy. This reminds me of my favorite story about Kate Spade. the handbag brand. I provided a link to the article below, and I'm sure every company in growth wishes they had this problem. But also, how do you deal with this problem? And here's how Andy Spade explained it. 2 years after we launched the company, this was 1995, Saks Fifth Avenue and Neiman Marcus decided they were going to order bags for all their stores for the holidays and Christmas. This meant our production suddenly went from 1,000 bags to 20,000 bags. They said, "This is serious. We have these demands to do so much business in the fourth quarter. Can you keep up with the production?" Kate and I looked at each other and nodded our heads yes, but of course we had no idea what we were going to do. We needed the orders, so we said we'd do it. Ask yourself, what's the best case scenario and what could go wrong? And how can you adjust your plan for both? Trust me, it's always better to be prepared. Number 4, use strategic analytics. Let's talk data. I know. Data can feel overwhelming, but the right analytics can make or break your strategy. You don't need to be a data scientist to use analytics in your strategic plan. Tools like KPIs, key performance indicators, and dashboards are incredibly helpful for tracking progress and measuring success. What's important here is to choose metrics that actually matter. What will tell you whether you're on track to meet your strategic goals? Keep it simple. If you're tracking too many things, it's easy to lose focus. Stick with the data that drives real decisions and brings your big projects over the finish line. In other words, don't just look at the numbers to feel productive. Use them to actually guide your next move. And ask yourself, what metrics should I be tracking? And more importantly, how can I use them to make adjustments along the way? Number 5, make it tangible for your team. Finally, even the best strategic plan is useless if your team can't execute on it. So let's talk about making strategy real for your team. One of the biggest mistakes leaders make is keeping the strategy at a high level and not translating it into actionable steps for their teams. Your team needs to understand how their work contributes to the bigger picture. This is where communication and clear expectations come in. Use tools like project management software, timelines, and regular check-ins to make sure everyone is aligned. And don't be afraid to get specific. If your team doesn't know what success looks like, they won't know how to get there. And here's a quick tip. While there are a whole bunch of apps and online programs out there, it might be helpful for you to start simple with docs, sheets, or slides to help you organize your thoughts and figure out what a process will look like. Figure out the best way your brain processes information and then lay it out in a way that makes it easy for you to communicate it to others. Then, when you're ready, or better yet, when you want to delegate responsibility to someone else to keep track of progress, consider using a platform where everyone can keep track of progress, add their own contributions, and make it a living document. This is where collaboration really has impact, especially with team engagement. Ask yourself, how well does my team understand our strategic goals? And what can I do to make sure they know exactly how their work fits into the bigger picture? All right, so that's it for my video on everything you need to build a strategic plan that works. From setting a clear vision and mission to using environmental scans, scenario planning, analytics, and getting your team on board, it's all about being prepared and making your strategy actionable. If you have a favorite strategic tool or resource that's worked for you, drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear what's helped you build a successful plan. And if you enjoyed watching this video and you found it helpful, please make sure to give it a big thumbs up by hitting that like button, and make sure you're subscribed to my channel so you never miss another video from me. That's it for Being Strategic. Next month, we're focusing on innovative thinking, and you do not want to miss that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.